Okay, shall we start? So robotics, types of robots. We have written static robots, dynamic robots, humanoid robots, and virtual robots. And along with these types of robots ones, recently there is one more categorization also like this, but I will give you this categorization in applications. So Indian Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has categorized these robots into industrial robots, service robots, like that also. That categorization we can discuss directly in the application part. Okay, now. So next one is, so if you see this humanoid robots, robots which mimic the behavior of humans, we call it as an humanoid robots. And next one is virtual robots, are the robots which are virtually existing in nature, but we can't see them physically. So like this, there are different kind of robots are there. Robot is like a worker. We will give commands and it has to perform the work. And next one is, so there are 3 laws regarding to these robots. Okay, now. So every robot has to follow these 3 laws. What is that first law of robots means? It should obey the orders of the owners, or it should obey the orders of the humans. You know, that is the first law. It should not say that I won't do that work like that. Okay, now, it should obey the orders of the humans. Next law is that it should not do any illegal activities. Okay, now, it should not think irrationally. It should not go against the humans and performing the illegal activities. Okay, now, next one is third law is robot has to sustain its relevance. Okay, now, how can it sustain its relevance means if first 2 activities has not been done, means if they follow the first 2 laws, and we can sustain the relevance of these robots. Like that, there are 3 laws of the robots. And when any robot is following these 3 laws, we can sustain that particular robot. And when this robot behaves like a humans, how it mimics the behavior of humans. So how it thinks like humans, how it acts like humans. So what is the thing behind this? Okay, now, so this artificial intelligence is the software which is used in these robots. With this software, robots behaves like humans, thinks like humans. That we call it as a human approach. Okay, now, and next one is another one is what we call it as a rational approach is also there. So not only behaving like humans, thinks like humans, rational thinking should be there. Okay, now, so in every issue there should be a rationality of thinking regarding to these robots. So that is given by this artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence, whatever we are discussing, this artificial intelligence is just a software in the robot. And how with this artificial intelligence, how a robot behaves like humans. What are the components of this artificial intelligence? What are the subsets of this artificial intelligence? To implement this robotic, see, applications of artificial intelligence are the applications of robots. Are you getting my point? Applications of artificial intelligence is the applications of what we call it as a robot. Because without artificial intelligence, robot can't behave like a humans. In India, what we are focusing upon? So in which sector are we focusing these robotic technologies everywhere means no. Wherever this availability of human resources is very less. Say for example, if you take health sector, doctors and patient ratio is very huge. Okay, now, for every 1,000 patients, there is approximately 1 to 2 doctors are there. Approximately, I am saying exactly, I don't know that. So that is the ratio of doctors and patients. We need more services. And if we need more services, can we accommodate robots in that particular sector? Can we use artificial intelligence in particular sector? Yes. So education sector we are focusing, industries we are focusing. Next one is securities wise we are focusing it. Okay, for surveillance purpose we are focusing on these robots. So India has a huge population. But with this huge population, if you recruit these humans into this army and all, we need to pay them salaries, we need to pay them pensions and all. That is becoming a burden on government of India. If you replace with these robot will perform the similar tasks on 24/7 basis, no salaries, no payments. Okay, no emotions, no climatic changes. Okay, nothing will be there. Okay, with a full-fledged focus, it will work. So like in between South Korea and North Korea, there is a 30-degree channel. It is a dividing line between South Korea and North Korea. And there, they are using this robotic army drones for surveillance at the borders. And like that, we can use it in India also to enhance the internal security. Are you getting my point? Okay, now like that, we can enhance the services of robots wherever it is possible. Only we are focusing on 5 sectors in India. If we are able to full-fledgedly develop these robots in these 5 sectors, then we can go to the another sectors regarding to this artificial intelligence as well as robotics. Artificial intelligence also like that only. So we are focusing on artificial intelligence in where means health sector, education sector. Next one is intelligent transport systems. Okay, students, like this in controlling in smart cities, we are using this artificial intelligence. Same applications regarding to this robots also. You know, wherever we are able to provide the services, like I told you that a smart grid concept, smart home concept, smart village concept, smart city concept. So major role is played by what means artificial intelligence students. So when you call to customer care for any services, either it is banking services or telecom industry services. So first, who will receive your call? Artificial intelligence will receive your call, either in WhatsApp or means text messaging, or either in a calling students. Your call will be received by these people. Okay, now. So when we are calling students, when we are sending the messages, what happens means regarding to this. So when artificial intelligence will receive your call, they will channelize it accordingly. So what according to our requirements? Is it right or not? That is what it does. That kind of things we call it as a virtual artificial intelligence or virtual robots, which are used for the limited tasks. Okay, that is an artificial intelligence we are using day-to-day time activities now. So like if we are using Apple phone, Siri in Apple phone. Okay, next one is Proton 9 in Microsoft. Okay, Google Assistants in Google, like this. And if you see Alexa of Amazon, these are all related to what? Artificial intelligence. This all works based on the artificial intelligence or not. So, but it varies from system to system. It depends upon the tasks. How many tasks a particular artificial intelligence is performing like this. So from one area to other area, artificial intelligence vary in its tasks, thinking, how it is thinking, how it is behaving. Next one is how many tasks it is able to perform. It depends on that ones. Okay, now. So the same thing regarding to this robot. Say for example, if you take a humanoid robot, say for example Sophia. Sophia is a humanoid robot. Okay, now. So and it thinks like humans, it behaves like humans, it catches the human emotions, human expressions, and all those things. So without this super intelligence of artificial intelligence, does it behave like that? No. So that is what actually I'm trying to say is, artificial intelligence will have a mental ability skills. Mental ability skills means what? So it responds to your commands. It will give answers to the questions. Okay, now that is what mental ability skills. Reasoning skills means what means? It has a reasoning skills. Reasoning skills means logic. Whatever you are asking the question, logically it will answer it. Okay, now that we call it as an reasoning skills. How humans thinks and gives the answer. No? Like that, it thinks and gives the answer. That we call it as actual thinking. That is what logical skills. Okay, now it will detect our emotions. It will identify our what we call it as an feelings. According to that, it will respond, and it will have different languages and its dialects. Okay, now, these are all the characteristic features of what we call it as an artificial intelligence. With this artificial intelligence only, robots will behave like an humans. That is what regarding to this artificial intelligence, how it is connected to the robots means. Robot is basically a machine. Okay, so that is what regarding to this. We have written the types of robots. That's all. Okay, right like this. Robot. Robot is a machine. Robot is a machine which thinks like humans, and which behaves like humans. Which behaves like humans. Okay, next one is any robot has to follow these three laws. Any robot has to follow these three laws. First law is it should not injure a human. It should not do harm to the humans. It should not do harm to the humans. It should not do harm to the humans. Next one is second law. It should obey the orders of humans. It should obey the orders of humans. It should obey the orders of humans. Okay, the third one is a robot must protect its own existence. A robot must protect its own existence. A robot must protect its own existence by following the above two laws. By following the above two laws. By following the above two laws. Okay, now those are the three laws of what we call it as robots. Next one is robots behaves like humans. Robot behaves like humans, or mimic the behavior of humans, or mimic the behavior of humans. Mimic the behavior of humans because of predetermined program. Because of predetermined program. Predetermined program used in it is artificial intelligence. Used in it is artificial intelligence. Used in it is artificial intelligence. Okay, now John McCarthy is considered as father of artificial intelligence. John McCarthy is considered as father of artificial intelligence. John McCarthy is the father of artificial intelligence. According to him, artificial intelligence means, according to him, artificial intelligence means it is the science and engineering of, it is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs, especially intelligent computer programs, especially intelligent computer programs, intelligent computer programs. Okay, students, understood this point? Understood the three laws of robotics, students? What are the three laws? A robot has to sustain its existence. If a robot has to sustain its own existence, what it has to do? It has to follow above two laws. Are you getting my point, students? So that is what. And what is a robot? Robot is a machine which is basically a worker. If I need to say in a layman language, it is a worker which obeys the orders of humans. Got clarity, students? That is what. And with artificial intelligence, what is the approaches that a robot will get? So I gave you the definition of artificial intelligence. It is a science and engineered product. Okay, no doubt in that. In simple language, it is a software. And if any robot which has artificial intelligence, which is using artificial intelligence, it has two approaches. One is human approach, next one is ideal approach. Systems thinks like humans, systems that act like humans. Ideal approach means what? Systems think rationally, system that acts rationally, students. So these are the two approaches what we have regarding to these students. Okay, now these approaches are possible with what means artificial intelligence only. Got it? And what? So this, how this artificial intelligence will have such kind of approaches? So with what artificial intelligence has such kind of approaches? So this is what the artificial intelligence systems. Artificial intelligence system has creates perspectives. Okay, students, understood? Create perspectives means what? Yes, changes its opinions according to the situations. It answers according to the questions that were asked. It changes its answers according to the questions time to time. That is what. Next one is understands the languages and its nuances. Means a different dialects will be there. So whatever the language you are speaking, so it understands that. It gives again response to you. Next one is solves complex problems. Okay, now, where a human is unable to solve those problems, that problems will be solved by the AI. AI is involved in that. Next one is after this. Another one is recognizes the images. We humans recognize the image from one person to other person. No. We are able to differentiate the human face, one face to the other face. Got it, students? So because of skin, we are able to differentiate. If skin is not there, all the faces will be similar. Okay, now, like uses the learning to reason. It gives answers to every question, like mental ability skills I told that. Next one is learns from its experiences. How human learn from its experiences. Similarly, artificial intelligence robot will also learn from its experience. Got it, students? So that is what, with artificial intelligence, what are the characteristic features that a robot will have means, these are the characteristic features that the robot will have. With these characteristic features, it will get two approaches. Human approach, next one is idealistic approaches. Without this, human approach and idealistic approach is possible, students? No. So that is what the features of artificial intelligence means. These are the features of artificial intelligence, students. Got clarity? This flowchart was given by the NEET of India, students. Okay, now, so total information was given by the government of India's report only. Okay, now, right like this. Artificial, take it in there. Features of artificial intelligence. Features of artificial intelligence. Features of artificial intelligence. So what features it has? Copy like this flowchart. Artificial intelligence systems. One feature is, copy the flowchart like this. Artificial intelligence systems. So first one is solves complex problems. Okay, I will repeat. Artificial intelligent systems. Artificial intelligence systems. One is solves complex problems. First one is solves complex problems. Next one is understands languages and its nuances. Okay, now dialects. Understanding languages and its dialects. Next one is creates perspectives. Creates perspectives. Creates perspectives. Next one is recognizes images. Recognizes images. It can differentiate between one image to the other image. Next one is uses the learning to reason. Uses the learning to reason. Uses the learning to reason. And last one is learn from its experiences. Learn from its experiences. Learn from its experiences. So these are these features of artificial intelligence students. Okay, next one is so with all these features, what we can do? We can bring two approaches in robots. Then everybody completed. Okay, now with the above features of artificial intelligence, with the above features of artificial intelligence, with the above features of artificial intelligence, robots perform the following two approaches. Robots perform the following two approaches. So what are those approaches? Human approach. Next one is ideal approach. Human approach. Next one is ideal approach. Human approach means systems thinks like humans, systems that acts like humans. Systems that think like humans, systems that acts like humans. System that acts like humans. Acts like humans. This is what the human approach means. What actually this ideal approach means? System that thinks rationally and systems that acts rationally. Systems that think rationally and systems that act rationally. System that acts rationally. So that is what regarding to these two approaches. This approach is because of features of artificial intelligence. Okay, students. Next one is what are the components of artificial intelligence? So how artificial intelligence makes the humans to mimic the behavior of humans. Okay, now, so within this artificial intelligence, there are two types of systems are there. One is deep learning, next one is machine learning. Deep learning and machine learning is a part of cyber physical systems. Deep learning and machine learning is a part of cyber physical systems. So when I was teaching the cyber physical systems, I made you to write cyber physical systems and its associated technologies. Are you getting my point? Cyber physical systems and its associated technologies. Associated technologies means IoT. Within the cyber physical systems, we have robotics, machine learning, and next one is deep learning. These are not the biggest concepts. Simple. Whatever that is required for the examination, I will give you here. Deep learning. If you see this deep learning, like how humans will have a neural network in the brain. Humans has a neural network, students. This neural network is useful for processing of information. This neural network is useful for storage of memory, students. So this head part, whatever we are seeing, we call it as a cerebrum part. This cerebrum part of the head. Okay, now. So it is the largest part of the head, students. This cerebrum part. Okay, now. So where the memory is stored. Okay, now. You have different memories. Memories means what means your experiences, whatever you are learning throughout your life. As the age goes, we learn so many things in our life. Everything will be stored in the cerebrum part of the brain. Next one is different languages we learn. So according to the questions, you will answer in different languages. So that ability is stored in the cerebrum part of the brain. So mental ability, reasoning skills, logical skills are related to the cerebral part of the brain. That is the memory storage part of the brain, which consists of a neural network. Similar to like that, in this deep learning, it has an artificial neural network. So we have discussed that. Through machine learning, what happens means, with the help of this deep learning, robot will learn from its experiences. Okay, whatever it is learning from the experiences, that all information will be stored in the cerebral part of brain. Here, what is that cerebral part of brain? Deep learning. Okay, now every experience, whatever the robot is facing, and whatever it is learning from its experiences, all this memory will store in the deep learning students. Okay, now, and with this memory, robot will learn or improve its experiences time to time. So what I'm trying to say here is, deep learning is the memory storage part of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is learning from its experiences, improving its experiences, performing the tasks in a perfect manner. And deep learning and machine learning is a part of what we call as an artificial intelligence. Are you getting my point, students? Here, deep learning and machine learning are the components of artificial intelligence. If these two things are not there, artificial intelligence doesn't exist. So whatever this recognizing of images, whatever the identification of languages and its dialects, problem solving. Okay, now. So next one is, other than this, any feature that artificial intelligence is performing is because of what means deep learning as well as machine learning, students. Hence, we can say it as an deep learning and machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Got clarity on this? Shall we write regarding to this? Is it clear, students? Make a note of this. Okay, copy like this: deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Please copy as it is, so that it will be easy to understand. Okay, now. That I will dictate. Okay, now. Just write the headings, that is deep learning, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Just write like that. Okay, now. Just write these headings: deep learning, machine learning, artificial. Don't copy this. I will give you information regarding that. If you already copied, no problem. Wait. Okay, now done. Please make it fast. Those who completed, take heading deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Is a subset of machine learning. It consists of artificial neural network. It consists of artificial neural network. Artificial neural network responsible for responsible for computation, responsible for computations and processings. And processings. Okay, na? That is what. Next one is machine learning. Machine learning. It is a subset of artificial intelligence. It is a subset of artificial intelligence. Okay, now, it makes the robot. It makes the artificial intelligent robot. It makes the artificial intelligent robot to learn from its experiences. To learn from its experiences. And to improve from its experiences. To improve with experience. To improve with experience. Okay, now? So perfection. That means experience means perfection. Doing the things in a perfect manner. So that is what machine learning and deep learning is. And deep learning and machine learning are the subsets of artificial intelligence. Got it? Next one is take it in here. Types of artificial intelligence. Yes. Neural network. That's what I told you that. In our human brain, there is a network of neurons. Okay, now, similar to like that, in artificial intelligence, it is an artificial neural network for processing of information, for storage of data. Okay, now, data storage and processing of that data. Are getting it, friends? So that is what. And what are the types of artificial intelligence, friends? Artificial intelligence is categorized into three types. One is regarding to the based on thinking. Based on thinking. Based on tasks. Based on tasks. Based on intelligence. Based on tasks, based on intelligence. Based on thinking, we have two types. One is weak artificial intelligence, and next one is strong artificial intelligence. Weak artificial intelligence, next one is strong artificial intelligence. Next one is based on tasks. Artificial intelligence is categorized into narrow artificial intelligence. Next one is general artificial intelligence. General artificial intelligence. Next one is super intelligence. Super intelligence. Super intelligence. You know, based on tasks, narrow artificial intelligence, general artificial intelligence. Based on thinking, weak artificial intelligence, strong artificial intelligence. So like this, artificial intelligence has been categorized into three types. Okay, students. So first one is, if you see this, based on thinking, how the artificial intelligence has been categorized. So, yeah, do I need to go back? Okay. Make it fast. Okay, now, next one is. So this first one is weak artificial intelligence. What is weak artificial intelligence? What is strong artificial intelligence means? Weak artificial intelligence means it seems to be like a robot thinking like a humans, but actually it doesn't. Okay, now, if you see the chatbot students, it will respond to your questions. Does it respond to every question what you are asking there? No. If it is a relevant question, then it responds. Okay, now, that we call it as an weak artificial intelligence. Examples of weak artificial intelligence is chatbot. Okay, now, and strong artificial intelligence means it will converse with humans like a really we feel that humans are talking to us. So that is what we call it as a strong artificial intelligence, friends. It has actual thinking. How we are thinking, it seems to be think like that. We feel that we are having a conversation with the other humans, like two human conversations. That we call it as a strong artificial intelligence, friends. When if we are regarding to the Alexa, Siri, okay, Cortana, Google assistants like this comes under the strong artificial intelligence, friends. So if we question that these kind of equipments and they respond according to our comments. And next, if you see this narrow artificial intelligence, it performs limited tasks. So some artificial intelligent robot will play the chess. Some artificial intelligent robots will have particular sport only. Okay, now, so such kind of artificial intelligence we call it as a narrow artificial intelligence. What is general artificial intelligence means? Artificial intelligence which performs wide range of tasks. We call it as a general artificial intelligence, friends. In a wider environment, it performs wide range of tasks. Okay, like humans. Okay, so like it is much closer to the human intelligence. Sophia like robots will comes under what means general artificial intelligence. Okay, now, when compared with narrow artificial intelligence like just playing artificial intelligence, if you see this chatbot, ChatGPT, ChatGPT comes under this strong, and next one is what we call it as this comes under general as well as strong artificial intelligence. General as well as strong artificial intelligence. Okay, now, and next one is what is super intelligence means? When any robot surpasses the human intelligence, then we call it as a super intelligence. So far we have not made any robot which surpasses the human intelligence. That means it has both strong artificial intelligence, general artificial intelligence, and the intelligence of the particular robot should surpass the human intelligence. Okay, now, so only super fast computers and quantum computers will have such kind of intelligence. That too they can't respond like humans. Just they give the solutions to the problems where humans are unable to get that. So such kind of intelligence we are using there, but not in robots. Okay, students. Like this we have developed different types of artificial intelligence, students. Okay, now start with the super intelligence means. Start with super intelligence. Okay, now. Super intelligence means it refers to the general and strong artificial intelligence. It refers to the general and a strong artificial intelligence. It refers to the general and strong artificial intelligence. At a particular point, this artificial intelligence will surpass the human intelligence. Will surpass the human intelligence. Okay, no? That is what. Next one is another type of intelligence is what means weak artificial intelligence. Weak artificial intelligence. It has a simulated thinking. It has a simulated thinking. Simulated, not stimulated. Simulated. S-I-M-U-L-A-T. Simulated thinking. Simulated thinking means computer generated thinking. Virtual thinking. Simulated thinking. That means it seems to be having a conversation like humans. It seems to be having a conversation like humans. But actually it doesn't. Okay, now example, chatbots. Chatbot. Okay, now chatbot or bot. Chatbot. Okay, now so that is the example of this weak artificial intelligence. Strong artificial intelligence. Strong artificial intelligence. In this, it has an actual thinking. Robots has an actual thinking. That means it will have a conversation like humans. Okay, now, like humans. Examples: Siri of Apple. Okay, now next one is Google Assistant. ChatGPT. Okay, now like that. Next one is narrow artificial intelligence. Okay, now artificial intelligence or robot. Performing limited tasks. Example: chess playing artificial intelligent robot. Or any other games. Sports or games. If a particular robot is playing only cricket, that we call it as an narrow artificial intelligence. It is related to only particular sport or a particular task or a particular game. That is what narrow artificial intelligence we call it as. Okay, the next one is general artificial intelligence. It has a wider range of tasks in wider environments. Sophia. Example: Sophia robot. Have you heard about this Sophia? Okay, na? Like Chitty, there is a Sophia. Chitty is only in movie. Okay, na? No Chitty like robots exist in any conditions. It is surpassing the human intelligence now. Okay, na? Yes, Chitty is a superhuman intelligence where it replaces humans in all the things, emotions. Okay, na? Like that. Got it, students? And ChatGPT comes under what type of intelligence? Narrow intelligence or general intelligence? General artificial intelligence or narrow artificial intelligence? So, say this. I am asking a question. ChatGPT comes under narrow artificial intelligence or general artificial intelligence? General. No. Why? Because ChatGPT belongs to only education sector. Okay, now if you ask the ChatGPT to how to make a coffee, it gives you the protocol, but does it make the coffee for you? It doesn't perform. It is related to only education tasks. Okay, now wait. That's what. See this. It is related to only writing, reading. Only this task can be performed. It is considered as an limited task only. But if you go to Sophia, if you laugh, she will laugh. If you cry, she will cry. If you jump, it will jump. Okay, now it will respond to your comments. Okay, now like everything, it performs similar like humans in wide range of environments. Are you getting my point, students? So example, ChatGPT, you can write example for narrow artificial intelligence, which is related to the education sector. Okay, that is what regarding to this, what we call it as a based on tasks, based on its thinking. Thinking wise, ChatGPT is compared to this, what we call it as an other, it is a strong artificial. But performing a tasks wise, it is limited to only limited tasks. Hence we call it as an narrow artificial intelligence, students. That is what regarding to this. Are you getting my point? Okay, now, so these are the types of what we call it as an artificial intelligence, students. Okay, the next one is after this artificial intelligence, types of artificial intelligence, features of artificial intelligence. So with this, how the robot will do the work? I will take that out. Just a minute. With this, how the robots will do the works? So does artificial intelligence is sufficient to do the works? So artificial intelligence will make the robot to perform the work. But robot should have some components. No? What components does a robot require? So it has a brain similar to like humans. Okay, now, it has an eye similar to like humans. It senses the things. It hears the things. Okay, now, it responds to the commands. Okay, now, so almost every sensory system is there except the taste. Okay, now, except the digestive system, except the liver. Remaining all systems exist. Are you getting it, students? Liver kind of organs doesn't exist in robot. Digestive system doesn't exist in robot. Circulatory system is there. Excretory system is there. Okay, now, sensory system is there. Almost every system is there similar to like humans. Okay, now, it senses the things through sensors. Sensors will send the information to the artificial intelligence. Whatever this machine learning, deep learning present in the artificial intelligence will process the things, and it again gives the commands to the artificial intelligent robot to perform the tasks. So if you slap the artificial intelligent robot, so first it will detect you. Who slapped me? Is a friend or an unknown person? So if he is an unknown person, how he has slapped? What is the intensity of that particular slap? Okay, now, so machine learning and deep learning will process the information. If he is an enemy, he slapped you on with an anger. Okay, next, again, tasks. It will give command to the actuators present in the robot. Actuators will perform the task like this. Actuator is like a muscle in the human body. Sensors will sense the systems. Actuators will perform the tasks with the same intensity, with the same love and affection. Again, one slap will be there. Okay, now, so that is what the robots do with the help of artificial intelligence. Means it requires sensors, it requires actuators, it requires artificial intelligence. What we call it as a network. With these three components only, a robot can behave like an humans. Sensors is like a sensory system of humans, actuators is like a muscle of humans, and artificial intelligence is like a brain of the humans. With these three systems components, robot will behave like an human students, performs the task like an human students. These are the components of this robot. Yes, doubt? So that is what generative artificial intelligence means. ChatGPT is an example of that. Yes, we can place it in both the places. That's what. Based on tasks, we have to place there. Based on thinking, we have to place here. Okay, now. So we know that if thinking means, simulated thinking means like chatbots. Okay, now. If it is like a actual thinking, if you, how you are writing the essay, like actually thinking, how you are writing the songs, how you are writing the lyrics, how you are writing the poems, in that task, in that manner, so it thinks like that, humans. It thinks like humans. Hence, I have given an example there. Okay, now. So that is what regarding to this news. And next one is, so take components of the robot. Components of the robot. Any robot to behave like humans. Any robot to behave like a humans. It need to have the following components. It need to have the following components. That is sensor, actuators, artificial intelligence with a deep learning and machine learning. Sensors, actuators, and artificial intelligence. It is like a sensory system of humans. Like a sensory system of humans. And actuators is like a muscle of humans. And it is like a brain of humans. So with artificial intelligence only we can control and coordinate everything now. Without artificial intelligence, can we control and coordinate the things in the robot? No. So that is what. Sensors is useful for what means sensing the things. Sensors is useful for sensing the things, like sensory system of humans. We sense everything surrounding us now. Okay, students. That sensing nature is because of what? Sensory organs present in the humans. What are sensory organs? Skin. Skin is a sensory organ. With the skin, what we sense? Feeling of touch. Okay, not human touch, students. Wait, yes, human touch is there. You can feel everything. You can feel the boat. You can feel the tree. You can feel other animals. Okay, now how the feeling comes means feeling of touch. Surrounding environment. We feel surrounding environment. We sense surrounding environment, students. That is what feeling of touch means. Through skin, we will do that. Through eyes, what we will do? Through eyes. Yes, we see everything. Okay, now is it right or not? We will see every object surrounding us because of eyes. Okay, now with the help of light, we see everything. Next one is feeling of taste, hearing noises. Okay, now these all comes under what we call it as an sense organ, students. Similar to like that, robot has all these sensory systems. So then only it can behave like an human, students. Got it? Next one is actuators means every action, walking, talking, not talking, walking and moving the hands, performing the work is because of what means muscles. Actuators are like an muscle, students. Okay, now, and all these systems are controlled and coordinated by what means artificial intelligence. Okay, now, so next one is, so this, there is a question. In artificial intelligence, which one is more important? Means that is a question, students. Okay, which one is more important? That is machine learning or deep learning or both. When the machine learning performs their work on the basis of the experiences, is stored in the deep learning or not? So this deep learning, machine learning, and it is artificial. I told you that deep learning will store the information. Whatever you are seeing, whatever you are learning, it should be stored here now. Then only you can respond to the questions. Without that, how can you respond? If I started talking a language which is unknown to you, what you will do? Your brain stuck there. Your total body stuck there. Is it right or not? So hence, whatever we are learning, it will be stored here. Based on this information only, you respond it. Okay, now. So this deep learning and machine learning should work in hand. Then they are integrated together. When these two are working properly, then only we can say it is an artificial intelligence. Then only artificial intelligence can coordinate sensors and actuators. Control and coordination of every activity of the robot will be taken care by the artificial intelligence. If a robot has to behave logically, if a robot has to behave sensibly, means artificial intelligence will work with the help of sensors as well as actuators. That is what the thing regarding this components of the robot. Okay, now, where in India we are focusing this robotic technologies? Where in India we are focusing this artificial intelligence technologies? What are the focused areas? So these are the focused area regarding to this artificial intelligence. One is healthcare. Recently they have given a question regarding to this ones. Healthcare. So first component is health. How we are focusing in health sector this artificial intelligence robots? How these robots plays a key role in artificial means health sector students? How they are playing? So what are the applications of this? So this artificial intelligence and robotics in healthcare. First one is keeping well-being. Keeping well means, so you might have used this different types of Siri kind of things. Okay, now our different apps we are using it in the wearable devices, like which detects our heartbeat, which detects our what we call calorie burning. Like this, do you have this kind of apps or not? Artificial intelligence based app. Okay, now which is virtual robot, which makes us to aware of time to time what is happening in our systems. That is one thing. And next one is early detection of diseases. Next one is diagnosis. After detecting, it will go for diagnosis. Means what means diagnosis and detection happens in a parallel manner. Through diagnosis only we can detect the diseases. This is correct. If you are able to diagnose a particular disease, we can identify you are having a particular disease. Once the disease was identified, it will make a decision. What the treatment need to be done. Okay, now next one is once after the decision making has been done, treatment will be started. Okay, now and next one is end of life care. In a critical situations also, robots plays a key role. Currently in India, where we are using these robots means critical surgeries. So for example, a heart surgery has to be performed, transplantation of heart. For that, 12 number of doctors are required. So what we can do with the robot is, with one doctor, we can use 12 what we call it as arms of the robot, and we can perform the surgery. Are you getting my point, students? That is, critical surgeries are done by these robots. Cancer treatments was done with the help of these robots. Eye cataract surgeries are done with the help of robots. Are you getting my point, students? Like this, in some areas, wherever this facilities are not available to the common man, there we are trying to bring this robotic technology. We want to ensure to the people of India that services are available in time with cheaper cost. Okay, we should not wait for the doctors. So it has to be replaced with the artificial intelligence. Like, so our reports, studying the reports, medical reports, giving advice on that. Okay, going through the scanning reports. So medical reports means testing reports, scanning reports, and giving the report, what actually there in the reports. So this all is done by with the help of these robots. In research also robots are useful. Training the doctors regarding to the new surgeries. Training the paramedical staff regarding to particular diseases like corona, like pandemic situations, how the paramedical staff should handle that what we call it as pandemic situations. In pandemic situations, in ICU, intensive care units, many doctors are unable to perform their services. Paramedical staff is unable to perform their services because they are also infected. In such cases, can the robots play a key role, students? Yes. So disastrous situations, these robots play a key role, and it is also used in training purpose like this. So these are all the what we call it as an artificial intelligence as well as robotic applications. What was given in the UPSC examination in recent means. Got it, students? This is how the artificial intelligence is useful. Shall we write this? Okay, now make a note like this. Artificial intelligence and robotics. Artificial intelligence and robotics. Applications. Robotic applications. Robotic applications. Okay, now first one is in health. Wait. Write like this first. Niti Aayog of India. Niti Aayog of India is focusing on following 5 sectors. Is focusing on following 5 sectors. Is focusing on following 5 sectors. One is health sector. Next one is agriculture. Next one is education. Education. Next one is smart cities and infrastructure. Smart cities and infrastructure. Next one is smart mobilities and transports. Smart mobility and transport. Smart mobility and transport. Smart mobility and transports. So we have written smart cities and infrastructure. Right in the bracket, smart industries. Smart industries. Smart cities and infrastructure we have written. In that, right in the bracket, smart industries. You know, like this, we are focusing on 5 sectors, students. So first one is artificial intelligence and robotics in health sector. First one is artificial intelligence and robotics in health sector. Robotics in health sector. What is our intention in the health sector? Okay, now, so our intention in health sector is increasing affordability. Okay, now, affordability is not there. So if you go to the doctor, he will charge 1,000 rupees for as a OP fees. And if you go to the robot, no charge. It doesn't charge any fees like that. So affordability is there or not? So if you go to the robot, so it will accept you at any point of time. On 24/7 basis, 365 days it works. So accessibility is there or not? And next one is quality. Quality of services. Because it doesn't have any mood swings like that. Robot. It focuses on only diagnosis of diseases. So hence, quality of services can be provided. These 3 things can be ensured with the help of artificial intelligence as well as robot students. Okay, now, so write like this. The main agenda of government of India is. The main agenda of government of India is. The main agenda of government of India is providing access, affordability, and quality. Affordability and quality. Affordability and quality of services. Of services. It includes. First one is providing training to the doctors and paramedical staff. Providing training to the doctors and paramedical staff. Training to the doctors as well as paramedical staff. Next one is keeping well by monitoring the humans time to time. Monitoring the humans time to time. That is heartbeat rate. Write in that one. Heartbeat rate. Exercise done in a day. Okay, no? Next one is breathing rate, etc. You can write sleep monitoring also. Will it detect like that or not? Sleep monitoring also will be detected. You know, that is what keeping well means. Next one is diagnosis of diseases. Diagnosis of diseases without depending on tests and scans. Without depending on tests and scannings. Okay, now, without tests and scanning means, does it reduce the burden on the patient or not? So if you go to the doctor, for every patient he will write the test, he will write the scanning. If it is necessary or not. So for proper diagnosis purpose, they will write the test, they will go for the scanning. Not all doctors. I am not generalizing things. So in some cases, or majority of the doctors, some doctors. Okay, now, so it is an added burden to the common man or not? Okay, now, so that is the thing. And next one is, that is what regarding to the diagnosis means. Next one is, another one is early detection of diseases. Early detection of diseases such as cancers, diabetes, and heart-related diseases. Heart-related diseases can be handled easily. Okay, now, that is what. Next one is performing critical surgeries. Like organ transplantation surgeries. Okay, no? Next one is robotic cancer treatments. Right in the bracket, precision cancer treatment. Precision. P-R-E-C-I-S-I-O-N. Precision cancer treatments. What is precision cancer treatment? Everywhere we are hearing about a term called precision agriculture, precision cancer treatment, precision marketing. So what actually this precision means? Have you seen these things? Have you observed it anywhere? Now and then it has become a quite common word. Why? What is means? Precision means generally in cancer treatments, along with cancer cells, we kill normal cells also. It has a lot of side effects and pain will be there. But after introducing these robotic surgeries with high end of technologies, these robotic surgeries are able to, means robotic cancer treatments are able to kill only cancer cells, but not the other cells. So that side effects, pain can also be controlled. That is what precision treatment means. Precision cancer treatment means killing exactly the cancer cells, not the normal cells. Okay, with less pain and what we call it as side effects. That is possible with the help of what we call it as robotic treatments. Are you getting my point? So that is what precision treatment means, friends. Understood? Understood. At least, so, yes, that's what. Okay, na? So that is what regarding to this, what we call it as robotic cancer treatments means. And next one is, other than this, use of robots in research and development. Use of robot in research and development related health sector. Research and development related to the health sector. That means robot can design a medicine. Robot can design a medicine to a particular disease. To a particular disease. Write in the bracket tailored medicines. Robot can design a medicine to a particular disease. Write in the bracket tailored medicine. Tailored medicine. Tailored medicine means exactly what the disease is. For that only it will design the medicine. That we call it as tailored medicine. Got it, students? That is what. That is what regarding the research and development, students. Okay, now next one is end of life care treatment. End of life care treatment. End of life care treatment during the time of pandemic situations. During the time of pandemic situations. During the time of pandemic situations. So these are the applications of artificial intelligence as well as robot in health sector, students. How it is useful. Got it? So these are the applications regarding this. So challenges, I will tell you that. In generally, we can write challenges. We can write in generally these challenges because we just started implementing robotic technologies in all this sector. Got it, students? So hence challenges are not generally every time challenges and limitations are the practical problems what we face. So what are the practical problems? What are the hypothetical problems that we are going to face? We have to discuss at the last. At the last, I will give the challenges of artificial intelligence that what we face in India, students. Okay, robotics related things. Next one is artificial intelligence in agriculture sector. Artificial intelligence in agriculture sector. Artificial intelligence in agriculture sector. So what is this artificial intelligence in agriculture sector means? So how it is useful? Artificial intelligence in agriculture sector. Done, students? So see this. Understood about this tailored medicines? Understood about this? Say for example, one more example I will give you. Say a person will suffer with thyroid, blood pressure, next one is diabetes, like that. Early morning after waking up from the bed, he has to take 10 number of tablets. That means he has to literally fertilize the body. If he is not fertilizing the body doesn't work out. Okay, hence he has to take the fertilizers. That means tablets. Fertilizers means tablets. Okay, when he is taking these tablets, okay, it leads to side effects. So every tablet has its own side effects or not. And why? Because the particular drug not only reaches the target place, it will reach to all other places normally. But in case of this tailored medicine, what happens means we will design only for particular disease with less side effects and all. So what happens means patients feels comfortable. Okay, now end of life care treatment can be provided in such circumstances. So that is what regarding to this what we call it as tailored medicine means. Are you getting it? Okay, now? Are you getting it? Okay, now, that's what. Next one is precision agriculture means what? Here also same word. What is this precision agriculture? We have different types of farming, students. Precision agriculture is the agriculture where artificial intelligence plus automation takes a place here. See for example, when you are including with artificial intelligence and automation to your agriculture sector, say 100 acres of land is there. What artificial intelligence robot will do is, it will take the weather report, big data report. It will take the weather report of the particular climatological conditions in a particular area. After taking the weather report, what it will do is, it will assess what is the rainfall pattern of the particular area, what are the diseases that are there in the particular area, and what are the crop patterns, what is the productivity of a particular area. It will assess everything first initially. According to the data, it will select a crop, what it has to be sown there. So once it is selected the crop, when the crop has to be sown, what is the last day of the crop, harvesting day of the crop, it will plan like this. Okay, how many months, how many days, how much of water is required, how much of fertilizer is required, how much of robots are required for harvesting the crop, how much of robots are required for sowing the seeds, how much of robots, how many what we call it as boats are required for spraying of fertilizers, and next one is pesticides, and like that complete data it will take. So after harvesting, after the date of harvesting, what it will do is, it will go for crowdsourcing, means it will sell the crop in an online manner for a particular amount. Okay, now after the crop was sold out, it maintains the total farming data. What are the expenses? How much the crop was sold out? What is the profit? So because of this crop, how much profit we got? What is the next crop? Next, what is the weather changes it is going to be happen? So which crop is suitable for this land? Everything will be planned by this artificial intelligence like this. Human role is just a supervisionary role in this case. So humidity of the soil, fertility of the soil, productivity of the agriculture, everything will be planned like this. That is what regarding to this, what we call it as precision agricultural means. So conventional farming is there. Conventional farming means what? Growing the crops in an horizontal land, means conventional lands or horizontal lands. We call it as horizontal farming practices. So in horizontal farming practices, so totally crop productivity depends upon what? Weather, climatological conditions. Does the agricultural situation of India depends on the climatological condition or not? Yes, it is not in our hands. It is with the climatological situations. And one more concept we have introduced before this is vertical farming. What is this vertical farming means? Doing the farming activities in a vertically raised building like this. Here we are running the coaching center, and I will convert this classroom into a, what we call it as a paddy cultivation classroom. So like this, cultivating these crops in a vertically raised buildings, we call it as vertical farming. Vertical farming is, there is no requirement of soil here. Without soil, we can do the vertical farming activities. With water, we can do the, without soil, with water. We call it as hydroponics. With aerosols spraying. Okay, now we call it as aeroponics. Like this, vertical farming is there. Okay, now like this, and updated version of among these two is what means precision agriculture. Here, artificial intelligence with automation. So these are the three types of farming practices, or we call it as agricultural practices. Okay, now make a note of this. Artificial intelligence or robotics in agriculture. For what purpose means? First, write like this. It enhances the farmer's incomes. It enhances the farmer's income. It enhances the farmer's income. Increases farm productivity. Increases the farm productivity. Reduces the waste generation. Reduces the waste generation. reduces the waste generation. Okay, no? That is. Next one is, there are 3 types of farming practices. There are 3 types of farming practices. Conventional farming, or we can call it as a horizontal farming practices. Horizontal farming practice. Conventional farming or horizontal farming practices. Okay, no? This is a normal kind of farming what we do. You can write there. It is a generally performed farming practice. It is a generally performed farming practice. Productivity in this farming practices. Productivity in this farming practices. Productivity in this farming practices depends upon climatological conditions. Depends upon climatological conditions. Depends upon the climatological conditions. Next one is vertical farming practices. Vertical farming practices. Vertical farming practices. Doing the farming activities in vertically raised buildings. Doing the farming activities in vertically raised buildings. In vertically raised buildings. It includes totally artificial environmental conditions. It includes totally artificial environmental conditions. It includes totally artificial environmental conditions. It has 2 types of systems. Hydroponic farming, aeroponic farmings. Hydroponic farming, aeroponic farmings. Okay, now. So hydroponic means without soil, we will grow the plants. Okay, now, with water. Without soil, with water, growing of plants. Make a note this. Hydroponics means without soil, with water, nutrient water. Without soil, with a nutrient water. Doing the farming activities. Okay, now. Aeroponics means by spraying the aerosols. By spraying the aerosols. That means nutrients. That means nutrients on the roots of the plant. Aerosols on the roots of the plants. On the roots of the plants. So aeroponics means what they will do is, friends, they will hang the plants like this. Means the roots of the plant are in hanging nature, like Avatar movie. Okay, now what they will do is they will spray the nutrients on the roots of the plants, and it will take the nutrients, it will grow. That we call it as an aeroponics. Aeroponics means aerosols means what means liquids in or solids in air. Liquid or solid particles in air, we call it as an aerosols. Got it, friends? If you don't know, make a note of there. Aerosol means it is a mixture of liquid or solid particulates in air. Liquid or solid particulates in air. Liquid or solid particulates in air. Got it, students? That is what aerosols means. Is it clear regarding to this hydroponics and aeroponics? Okay, now vertical farming. Is it clear regarding to this? Next one is precision farming. Next one is precision farming or precision agricultural practices. Precision agricultural practices. Precision agricultural practices. Live has stopped. Precision agricultural practices or precision farming. So what is this precision farming means? Precision farming means what? So doing the farming activities with artificial intelligence plus automation. Okay, now precision farming includes artificial intelligence with automation. Exact farming practices. Okay, now make a note like this. Artificial intelligence plus automation. Artificial intelligence plus automation. Okay, now precision farming is like an exact farming practices. Precision farming is an exact farming practice. In other words, we can say that it is like a calculated farming practice. Don't write in other words. Write in the bracket calculated farming practice. Calculated farming practices. Calculated farming practices. So if humans gives the fertilizer to the agricultural land, are we giving the fertilizer in a rational manner? How much the plant wants? No. We are giving it in an irrational manner. Because of this irrational utilization of fertilizers. What is happening? Over-utilization of fertilizers, irrational utilization of fertilizers, it is leading to the soil pollution or not? Yes, soil pollution is there. From the soil it is entering into the water. From the soil and water, it is entering into the plants. From the plants, it is entering into the humans. Hence we are eating contaminated food, polluted water. So like this, everything what we are taking, what we are eating is totally polluted. Hence Central Pollution Control Board guidelines are little bit higher than the World Health Organization standards. So little fertilizer, little pesticides in food doesn't make much difference in India. Is it right or not, friends? So I have seen one 2016, 17 or below that. I think there is an India and Sri Lanka match in Delhi during the time of smog. Okay, smog situations. So in that match, what it has proved means, so total whole world has watched that match. Sri Lankan players are vomiting, falling down, they are losing consciousness, everything they are doing. Not even one player has vomited. Indian player in that smog situations. Okay, have you seen that situation? Are you aware of that match? No. So Sri Lankan players used to grow in a clean and green environment. Suddenly they have shifted to the world's topmost polluted city. That way at the time of smog. What is the impact of pollution on humans means? We have seen literally at the time practically. Okay, now, not even one single Indian player has vomited, lost his consciousness in that smog situation. Ball was clearly visible. Okay, now, so we have maintained our stamina levels. That shows that high level of standards in India. Is it right, students? Then that is a practical situation where we can visualize it. That is what the thing is. Okay, now? So come back. So that is what precision agriculture means. Doing the farming practices exactly. Okay, now? Next one is take heading, artificial intelligence and robotics in farming. Copy the side headings, students. Copy the side headings. Side headings. That means smart drones, autonomous tractors, weather forecasting, soil sensors, like that. Just copy the side headings of it. So that is, I will read out. Okay, now, no problem, I will read out. Copied heading, that is artificial intelligence and robotics in agriculture sector. This is what the heading is. Done with the heading? Okay, now, yes, very good. First, smart drones. Smart drones. Next one is autonomous tractors. Autonomous tractors. Weather forecasting. Weather forecasting. Soil sensor. Fleet of agri-boats. Fleet of agri-boats. Fleet means a group of agricultural boats. Crowd sourcing. Group of agricultural boats. Break. Okay. Take a break. After the break, we can copy. So meanwhile, in the break also you can copy it. Okay. No? Just once again, I will revise it. Just listen carefully. So precision agricultural practices. Before that, we have discussed conventional agricultural or horizontal agricultural practices. Okay. No? Horizontal or conventional agricultural practices means doing the agricultural or farming practices on the agricultural land. That is natural type of farming. So it is influenced by what means climatological conditions. The productivity of these conventional farming practices, conventional agricultural practices, depends upon the weather or climatological conditions. That is what conventional farming means. Next one is horizontal. Next one is vertical farming means doing the farming activities in a vertically raised buildings. We call it as vertical farming. And in these farming practices, so we are, means crops are not exposed to the natural climatological conditions. We create an artificial environment. Hence, so there is no need of depending upon the weather and climatological conditions in nature. And vertical farming is categorized into two types: hydroponics, aeroponics. Hydroponics means rising of plants with nutrient liquids without soil. Aeroponics means rising of plants by spraying the aerosols on what we call it as roots. Okay, that we call it as aeroponics. Aerosols means it is a mixture of liquid as well as solid particles in air. That mixture we call it as aerosols. And next one is precision farming practices means artificial intelligence with automation. That we call it as precision farming practices. Precision means exact farming practices, calculated farming practices. In this precision farming practices, we use smart drones. What is the use of smart drones means? See, it surveys and maps. Surveying and mapping will be done through the smart drones. What is surveys? So what is mapping of weeds? Surveying and mapping of weeds. What is the soil variations? Next one is productivity. All the things will be surveyed and mapped with the help of smart drones. Next one is we use these drones for what purpose means pesticides and herbicide spraying purpose also. That is one thing, friends. And next one is autonomous tractors. Use of autonomous tractors means whenever a soil need to be plowed, so it will take the initiative and it will perform the tasks. Plowing of soil. Okay, now next one is other than this, preventing the soil erosion, maintaining the soil quality with the help of these tractors. Next one is weather forecasting. Time to time, based on this weather forecastings, artificial intelligence will plan the seeding, artificial intelligence will plan the harvest. Okay, now everything will be planned based on the weather forecastings. Soil sensors. So soil sensors are useful for what purpose? Assessing the quality of means levels of fertilizers in the soil, minerals and nutrients that are present in the soil, humidity levels in the soil. So all it will be done with the help of what we call it as soil sensors. Sensors is a part of not only the artificial intelligence, it is a part of robots. Is it right or not? We have written the components regarding to that. And next one is fleet of agri-boats. Fleet means a group of agri-boats, agricultural robots. We call it as a fleet of agricultural robots. What is it used for means? It is used for cropping, weeding, and next one is harvesting. So all this done with the help of these agricultural boats. Weeding means removing of weeds, unwanted plants. Harvesting means cutting of the crop. So that is done with the help of fleet of robots. And next one is crowdsourcing. So once harvesting has been done, to sell the crop, online it will sell the crop. Okay, now, so that we call it as crowdsourcing. Next one is data, farming data. So time to time maintaining of data. If 100 acres is there, which part of the farming land has more productivity? Which part of the farming has less productivity? What is the overall productivity of the particular land? What is the overall productivity of a particular season in a particular year? These kind of data will be stored. That we call it as big data. Is it clear, students? I told you that big data is necessary everywhere in every organizations. So this precision farming works upon what means big data collection, students. That is what. So what we call it as artificial intelligence and robotics in agricultural sector. Got clarity on this? Is it clear, students? Shall I proceed to the other one? Okay, next one is artificial intelligence and robotics in education sector. Artificial intelligence and robotics in education sector. Education sector. Okay, no? So improving access, and providing quality of education, students. So for this, in simple, I can give you what means Chat GPT. Examples. Make a note like this: Chat GPT. So what is the use of this? Improving access means everywhere we should have access to the books, or we should have an access to the information, and quality included with quality. Not only the access, quality of education should be provided. So in that we can use this artificial intelligent robot that we call it as a Chat GPT robot. Example is Chat GPT. Just we are started in this education sector. It has to be evolved in a large extent. Just a starting phase. This is the starting phase in education sector. Okay, the next one is unknown is artificial intelligence and robotics in smart cities and infrastructure. Artificial intelligence and robotics in smart cities and infrastructure. Okay, no? So in this we are going to establish right there under this smart houses, right one by one. Smart house. Next one is smart grid. smart grid, smart cars, smart cars, smart home appliances, smart home appliances, smart meters, smart meters. All this work with help of artificial intelligence as well as robotics. Okay, students, that is what the thing regarding to this smart cities and smart infrastructure means. You can write there smart industry also, smart industries, smart industries. All these are the part of what we call it as an artificial intelligence plus robotics, students. So Delhi is the first city where they are going to plan the smart grid concept. So power stations will be there to each and every area. All these power stations are managed and controlled by the artificial intelligence robots. They are planning like that. Smart grid concept first in the Delhi city they are planning like that. So area to area substations will be there, transformers will be there. Transformers for every street. Next one is substations for every area, and these substations are further connected to the another community-wise or total sector-wise substations will be there, and final substations will be there. All these interlinkings are maintained and managed by the artificial intelligence robots. That we call it as an smart grid systems. Output, power frequencies, power fluctuations, quality of power, everything will be maintained time to time, reducing the dependency on the humans. Like this, we are going to bring the systems like this. I told you that smart homes, IoT, we have discussed it. Okay, so that is what. Next one is, last one is smart mobility and transport systems. Smart mobility and transport systems. Smart mobility and transport systems. What is the smart mobility and transport system means? Okay, now, reducing the traffic congestions. Reducing the traffic congestions. Traffic congestions. Next one is showing alternative route. Showing alternative fastest routes. Showing alternative fastest route. Next one is safe transport systems. Safe transport systems. Okay, students, safe transport systems. Next one is what means? So these are the things what we are going to handle in this artificial intelligence with the transport systems, especially highly populated cities. In all the smart cities, what is the problem that we are facing now? Traffic problems. Okay, hence we want to divert these traffic problems, means to divert this traffic, vehicles planning. So while the beginning itself, so based on the traffic, artificial intelligence will plan it or not. And safe transport systems means what means? Autonomous braking systems we have introduced, and safe driving modes regarding the artificial intelligence. So these are the upcoming versions of what we call it as artificial intelligence with robotics systems. That is what regarding to this 5 sectors what we are focusing on. Presently, there is a much more focus on health as well as what we call it as an agriculture sector. Now, challenges of artificial intelligence and robotics. Initial states. In remaining sectors, it was in initial state. Yeah, that's what we'll discuss in challenges. Okay, so challenges of artificial intelligence or robotic systems. So first one is why we are unable to penetrate this technology, smart city, smart grid, and why we are unable to do it. Our friend, strongest friend Chinese has already done. Why means? Yes, I will tell. Lack of skilled human resources is the first thing. In India, we just started penetrating these technologies, and there is no skilled resources, human resources. Why? Because so we have to increase the skills, means we have to introduce the UG and PG programs. We have to make them educated, and we have to train them accordingly, and we have to bring them into the industries with first-hand experience. Then only we can go for startups. Then only we can develop the robotic technologies. So that is what the major thing that is lacking. So one more thing is, even though we are manufacturing these robotic technologies, we are focusing on robotic technologies. Majority of the spare parts technologies we are importing it from the other countries. Heavily we are depending upon other countries. Okay, now then what about this indigenization, make in India? Okay, now recently ISRO has announced that it is going to send Vyomamitra robot, artificial intelligent robot, into the space. So when we talk about the indigenization of that robot, so they are manufacturing that artificial intelligent robot with maximum indigenization. Okay, now so like this, DRDO is focusing on it. Okay, now IITs are focusing on developing of made in India robotic technology. We are not only focusing on robotic, we are focusing on 3D printed robotic technologies. So rather than human manufacturing the things, we are using 3D printers. We want to use 3D printers. IIT Bombay has manufactured the first 3D printed robot in India. Mano, we call it as the name of that robot is Mano. Okay, Mano. Okay, Mano. Okay, so it is the first India's first 3D printed robot. Daksha is the first robot made in India robot by the DRDO. Vyomamitra is going to be the first Indian made in India robot by ISRO. Like this, there are upcoming versions are there. Currently, it has been started, but even though these are the made in India robots, not 100% indigenized. Are you getting it, students? Like this, initially we have started it. That way, heavily depending upon the other countries. When you are depending upon other countries, what happens to the cost of the technology? Cost of the technology will be very high or not? Yes, that is the another drawback here. So first, write these 3 points. First one is lack of skilled human resources. Even though if they are having skill, brain drain is happening in India. Brain drain, is it right or not? What is brain drain? All the skilled people are moving out of India, students. So there is a concept of brain drain, brain gain. Okay, now, so are we gaining the brains or there is a still brain drain? So brain gain has also been started. Okay, now brain gain has also been started. So after Indians leaving India, claiming, so in every organization India started claiming the top positions or not? Okay, now, so Google if you see, and if you see this Microsoft like that, so we are climbing to the top post, and it is brain gain is also there now. It has also been started, no doubt in that. Okay, now lack of skilled human resources. Lack of skilled human resources. Okay, the next one is heavy reliance on imports. Heavy reliance on imports. Heavy reliance on imports. Okay, now so high cost of technology. High cost of technology due to the import, due to the importing from other countries, due to the import from other countries. Okay, the next one is technological limitations. Technological limitations. That is installation, repair, and service related issues. Service related issues. Service related issues. So again, we have to depend for all these things. We have to depend upon other countries only. Next one is lack of awareness regarding to the robotic technologies. Lack of awareness regarding to the robotic technologies. Lack of awareness regarding to robotic technologies. Next one is ethical considerations. Ethical considerations. Ethical consideration. That means India should frame certain rules and regulations. India should frame certain rules and regulations while using the robots. While using the robots. That means protecting the privacy of the people. That means protecting the privacies of the people. Privacies of the people. So that is one of the issues, friends. Privacy issues, ethical considerations. Okay, no? Next one is, so rules and regulations means mandatory guidelines. As I told you that laws of the robot now. So no robot should harm the humans. It should not go against the decisions of the humans. It should obey the orders of the humans. Okay, no, no disobey of human orders. So such certain rules and regulations are required for this. Because if anything goes wrong, so what is the alternative to that? Any grievance redressal mechanisms are there or not? So if it is, what are those grievance redressal mechanisms? What we need to take care of that? Are you getting it? This question was already given in the examination, UPS examination. So this year they have given artificial intelligence and robotics in health sector. Now. 2 years back they have given a question that what are the challenges of robotic technologies, futuristic challenges of robotic technologies? What are the limitations of robotic technologies? Okay, no. So like this, these are the challenges. There is no proper rules and regulations regarding to this. Like drones, we have to frame certain rules and regulations regarding to the use of robots in industries, regarding to the use of robots in service sector, regarding to the use of robots in the health sector, like that. If while during the surgery, if a robot behaves differently, if there is a loss of life, what we need to do? Okay, no. Certain things has to be standardized, certain things has to be framed. Then only we can start using these robotics everywhere possible. Okay, no. So that is not there in India currently. So when it leads to the privacy issues, so how to handle such kind of privacy issues? Is it right or not, friends? That is the thing here. If same Rajnikant like robot is there, if he started loving this particular thing, what humans need to do? What is the option there? Such kind of privacy issues are there. Is it right or not? That is a practical problem when robotics are there. Is it right or not, friends? That is what. Understood clearly? Clinical diagnosis. So okay, we'll discuss this. This is one of the points, friends. It was given in the question. So what are the issues, privacy issues that arises when we use robots in the health sector? So for example, I told you that robots can be used in the pandemic situations in ICU units. Okay, now if humans are there, we will sanitize the things time to time. But what the robot will do? It will take the sample from the one person's mouth without considering the ethical background. It will introduce into the other person. Okay, now it doesn't know the contamination now. It doesn't have a knowledge regarding the contaminations. Like this, there is a chance of transmitting the diseases because of robots. Okay, that kind of problems will be there. Ethical issues will be there. Privacy issues will be there. So robot should have a consciousness of what means sanitizing the things, sanitizing the surrounding things time to time. If it lacks the consciousness, contamination will spread in a faster manner, and total ICU units may be highly contaminated. So we cannot control the loss of lives, friends. Rather than protecting the lives, there will be more loss of lives. That is one thing. That is one ethical issue, friends. And next one is regarding to the health. I told you that performing the surgeries. When we are using critical surgeries especially, what is the standard methods that we are using in maintaining of these robots? Procedures, standard procedures. How robots perform a surgery. How it is reliable. We need to have certain standard list of measures now. So without these measures, if we started using robotic technologies by simply importing from other countries, what kind of problems we face? Okay, that is another ethical issue regarding to this. Especially in case of this prescribing the medicines. So in ICU units, there is a complex diseases will be there. Patients suffer with multiple diseases. If he is in ICU means the particular body is accepting many diseases. In such critical situations, so robot has to prescribe the medicines. Okay, based on the symptoms, it prescribes the medicines. But there are asymptomatic diseases will be there. In such cases, how the robots will prescribe the medicines? Okay, in such case, there is a privacy or ethical issues will be there in prescribing the medicine. One more thing here is it has to prescribe only the generic or formulated things. Formulated means those which medicine which is having a patent rights. Okay, or generic medicines. So this kind of options the robot is able to take. If it is not able to take, so cost. So what we call it as hospital bills increases. That is a burden on the patients. Got clarity, students? So that kind of ethical issues will be there in case of these robotic technologies. Got it, students? So robot is not an ultimate. It is just an alternative. It doesn't replace the humans, human doctors. Human doctors are necessary in this, but we can use only for the tedious tasks in the health sector, doing the injections instead of nurse doing injection paramedical stuff. So this robot can perform the injections. Okay, if in some hospitals male nurse are only available, male paramedical staff is available, female are not available. In such cases, we can use robots. We are protecting the privacy issues. Is it ethical or not? Okay, so like that. So like this, benefits are there, disadvantages are there. Okay, so you can write answer like this. Got it, students? How you analyze the things with your notes is the matters there. Got clarity on this? After reading this, when you are reading the newspapers, you will get everything. Okay, students. So now there is an article on Gaganyaan mission. Okay, now, when you keep the notes aside and when you start reading it, hardly you will find 1 or 2 points of what you need to add there. I think there is no points at all. Simply it is a research thing. We are doing this. This is what the thing. This is what the crew module. In orbital module we have crew module and service module. What is orbital module? What is service module? Done. Okay, now. So Israel is saying that I told you that 3 crew persons has to be sent for 3 days. Now Israel is saying that not only 3, we can send 1 also. Next time 2, next time 3. Phase by phase we can increase. So that like that also we can send. That is what they are saying regarding to Gaganyaan mission. This is a knowledge, add-on knowledge. This we call it as an add-on knowledge. If you read articles like that, your knowledge levels will increases and you will have a capability to write the questions. So slowly we can increase the things like that, students. No, it varies from country to country as well as from patients to patients. So universal ethical issues, universal privacy issues won't be there. It differs from person to person, time to time also. Okay, next one is another one is come back please. After these ethical considerations, limited governance mechanisms. Limited governance mechanisms. Limited governance mechanisms. That means lack of proper regulatory and security arrangements. which are more important in future aspects, which are more important in future, which are more important in future. Why? Because as the robotic technology increases, these are very important now. So that is what regarding to this. These are the applications, limitations of what means robotics as well as artificial intelligence friends. So this is what is robotics, what are the types of robotics, robots. Next one is what is artificial intelligence, components of artificial intelligence, components of robots, types of artificial intelligence, applications of artificial intelligence as well as robots, which are we are focusing on 5 sectors, and limitations of artificial intelligence as well as robotics friends. Okay, try to write the answers for previous questions friends, so that you will get a clarity on this. So see this, robotics, nanotechnology, intellectual property rights, and these are the 3 focused areas friends. Every alternative year they will give question, 100% there will be a question from these 3 sectors. These are the small areas where you have to invest your time for only one time. If you learn the basics, when you are following the newspapers, 100% you can write such kind of questions. These kind of areas will give an add-on benefit, especially during the time of mains. So that means add-on benefit means while completing the prelims, after completing the prelims, when you are going to the mains course, so you have a short period of time, you have to read a lot of things there. So you can't focus on such small areas like this. Whatever you are doing now, you have to do it now itself. So one-time investment kind of thing. And when you are following the newspapers and all, following the materials, magazines and all, so you can read it in a fast manner. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can complete the total article. Okay. So when there is a question in the examination like artificial intelligence in health sector, something you can represent there. Out of 20 points, what you have read, at least 10 points you can represent there, or 5 points you can represent there. That gives at least 1 or 2 marks, which gives an add-on benefit like that. Are you getting it, students? So these areas you need to focus now much more, and later on you should focus on what we call it as newspapers and magazines like that. Got clarity on this, students? So this is what artificial intelligence. Up to this we completed what means all these emerging technologies. Check it out. All the emerging technologies under National Mission for Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems. All the technologies related to that have been completed. Yes. So lifespan of the robot depends it is like a machine. I told you that it is like a machine. So how the machines will have a lifespan? These robots will also have the lifespan. Okay, that is what. Okay, now. Next, shall I proceed to the other topics, students? Okay, now. So we'll start with what means. So first I will take what means this IPR, then I will go with the nanotechnology. Intellectual property rights. Biotechnology will be covered in other classes. I am not covering the biotechnology topic. Other faculty will cover the biotechnology topic. In biology they will cover it. Then I don't know. You have to talk to the management. Okay, no? So they told me that other faculty will cover. Hence I didn't give it in the list of these topics also. At that time itself I told you that. So you can talk to Ravi sir and he will give a conclusion for that. Okay, no? Next one is, shall we start with ICT? IPR, intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights. See students, while you are reading the robotic technology, listen carefully. Whatever the current government reports are there, I will send you that. Okay, I have covered totally all the information, basic information present in that reports. Just go to the reports for 2 hours like that. After reading the notes, you will finish it off the total reports. Okay, now within 2 years span, whatever the information that is present in the reports only, that will be given in the examination if questions are there. Take that reports, see the previous questions, recent question, you will come to know that from where the questions they are giving it. Are you getting my point, students? Exactly, it will reflect from the government of India's reports. Are you getting my point, students? Okay, now, so while you are reading the material or any information, read it from the authentic sources of government of India, not from the dumped materials what is available in the market. You know, dumped is always a dumped. Okay, na? So China will also dump many products to India because they are of secondary grade quality. Are you getting my point? Okay, na? That is what. Next one is intellectual property rights. So what are intellectual property rights, students? Does this intellectual property rights are for a common man or intellectual property rights are for industrial people? For all? No, it is for a common man. Okay, na? Common industrialist is a common man. Okay, na? After innovation and invention, he will go for an industrialist. So basically, intellectual property rights are for a common man. Why intellectual property rights are necessary? Why every country started implementing this intellectual property rights? What happens if intellectual property rights are not there? What happens if intellectual property rights are not there? Piracy, thefting of knowledge. Okay, na? Yes. Beside that, if intellectual property rights are not there, nobody will think innovatively. If a person need to think innovatively, okay, na? We need to have intellectual property rights. Innovative thinking results in what means inventions. Okay, na? Great discoveries are made from the golden hands because they think innovatively. Okay, na? Next one is once they innovate anything, once they invent anything, so we need to protect that inventions. From what we need to protect? Piracies, looting by the third person. We need to protect this. For what we are protecting means ensuring the quality. Is it right or not, friends? So what happens when we are protecting like that? So a person has invented a particular product. So a person has invented an egg. Okay, because of that he is able to produce large number of eggs. All the people of India are getting egg daily. They are becoming nutritious. He is bringing out of malnutrition and undernutrition. Okay, like that. Is it right or not? Okay, all the eggs that are available in the market is designer eggs. That is a patented right eggs. Once there is a question in UPSC, what are designer eggs? Discuss the relevance of these designer eggs. White color eggs, carbohydrate. Pink color of eggs, proteinaceous eggs. Light yellow color of eggs, minerals and nutrients, vitamins, eggs like that. There are different types of designer eggs that are available in the market. It is a patented product. It is a design product. Okay, now country birds eggs will be of light pink in nature. Have you seen it? Okay, now it has a reproductive capacity. That is a natural product. Whereas whatever these products that are available in the market, that is a broiler product. Broiler is the bird layer is the bird that was developed especially for laying the eggs. Throughout its life, every day it lays the eggs. That is designed by humans. That bird is designed by the humans, which is not existing in nature. Okay, now, why? Because country birds is unable to fulfill the demands of humans. Okay, now, next one is everyone is eating non-vegetarian chicken. Okay, now, especially for chicken, broiler is the bird that was designed by human. Then only human demands has been satisfied. Are you getting it? For that they have patent rights. Okay, no, so that is what the innovation what have been done. Because of this innovation, so what we call it as the demands of the people has been fulfilled or not? Yes, that is what. So inventions leads to the what we call it as fulfillment of demands. Is it right or not? Similar like that. So antibiotics invention has saving many lives. Is it right or not? Many antibiotics are there. Because of these antibiotics only, we are protected from different types of diseases. That is what inventions means. If you protect such kind of things, it leads to the socio-economic development of a country. Means when there is a new product invention, they will go for manufacturing of that, which generates new employment opportunities. Manufacturing base of India will be increased, which ultimately leads to the socio-economic development of a country. We can enhance our living standards. Sustainable development goals can be attained. What is, students? Like that, if we need to develop a country, intellectual property rights are mandatory, compulsory. For that purpose, we are implementing this intellectual property rights. In the world, where the first intellectual property rights were started implementing, from when onwards? Paris Agreement, Paris Convention is there. In this Paris Convention, first they brought these industrial rights. In Berne Convention, first they brought the copyrights. Like there starts this intellectual property rights recognition. And we in India also became a member of this Paris Convention, also became a member of this Berne Convention, and we started implementing the intellectual property rights such as industrial rights as well as copyrights in India. So that is what the relevance of this intellectual property rights is. If there is no intellectual property rights, there is no knowledge creation. Until now, before the launching of this, what we call it as Atmanirbhar Bharat, India is the largest consumer of knowledge. India is not the largest producer of knowledge. Now we started focusing on production of knowledge as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat. We are talking about state-of-art technologies. Earlier we have never talked about the state-of-art technologies. Now we are going for Made in India, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. We are talking about indigenization. If you need to produce indigenization, means what we need? Innovations, inventions are required. Intellectual property rights are required for that. If a China files 100 patents, they will get permission for 99. If India files 100 patents, we are getting permission for 2 patents. That shows the knowledge creation base of India. If we need to increase the knowledge creation base, we need to get more permissions of patents and intellectual property rights. So India want to transform from knowledge consumer society to the knowledge creation society. That is what we are looking for. Hence, we need to strictly implement this intellectual property rights. That is what the relevance of intellectual property is. Remember that intellectual property rights are always for the common man of India, or common man of a particular country. At international level, World Trade Organization, under World Trade Organization, there is a World Intellectual Property Rights Organization. They are implementing this intellectual property rights. At India level, Ministry of Industry is implementing this intellectual property rights. This is what the scope of this intellectual property rights. Okay, make a note of this intellectual property rights. So indigenization within Made in India, it has to be designed, it has to be manufactured, it has to be placed within India. Okay, so that is what students. Like this. IPRs. Why IPR? Why IPR? Why intellectual property rights are needed? So first one is, why IPR is needed? You have to write the point by point. First point is what? IPR is for promoting innovativeness among the young minds. IPR is for promoting innovative thinking. Promoting innovative thinking among the individuals. Among the individuals of a country. Among the individuals of a country. Next one is, IPR ensures protection for innovation, as well as right to enjoy its innovation, right to enjoy the innovation. Next one is, it enhances innovative and inventions. It enhances innovative and inventions in a particular country. Especially in case of India, we can create knowledge production. We can create knowledge production society rather than knowledge consumer base. Knowledge production society rather than knowledge consumer society. Next one is, research and development base of a country will be enhanced. Research and development base of a country will be enhanced. Okay, next one is, manufacturing base of country can be increased. Manufacturing base of a country will be increased by creating new jobs. Next one is, living standards of the people can be enhanced. Okay, next one is, socio-economic development of a country is possible. Socio-economic development of a country is possible. Next one is, sustainable developmental goals can be achieved. Sustainable developmental goals can be achieved. So every developing countries has a target of achieving of what? Sustainable developmental goals. Who will implement this sustainable developmental goals in every country? United Nations, especially for developing countries. For what purpose they are implementing the sustainable developmental goals? Means to improve the living standards of the people in a particular country. So with this innovations and inventions, can we penetrate a new technology or not? Yes. Earlier you have used the Nokia phone, now you have started using iPhone. That means your living standard has been enhanced or not? Okay, na? Use of iPhone means what is that? Elevating the symbol of status or not? Your status has been enhanced. Okay, na? Hence, yes it is. Why? Because when you started using iPhone, you won't keep it in pocket, you will display it. So that means you are displaying what? Branded phone. That means making you a branded boy or girl. Is it right or not, students? Okay, na? That is what. When you are purchasing iPhone means what is that? Brand. Brand is a intellectual property rights. Why you are purchasing only the branded product? Why not the other Chinese product? You are purchasing only the half-bitten apple. Na? That is a brand in India. What it ensures? Whatever the money that you are investing, in return what you are getting? Quality. So that is what the brand. Brand is like an intellectual property right. The trademark. Okay, na? For a half-bitten apple, there is a trademark or not? If this trademark is not there, what happens? So if you release a one series of iPhone, by next day there will be another iPhone in the Karl Bagh market. Okay, na? If the apple is bitten this side, they will have a bitten apple other side. They will release the brand like that. So you cannot identify which is an original product, which is a duplicate product. That means even though if you are investing money, you are not getting the quality. So quality will be lost there. Okay, now, and you can showcase that you are using a branded product. Is it right or not? This is one of the benefit of the trademark, students. One of the benefit of trademark. So you purchase only bullet bike, not other bikes. Why bullet bike only? The sound. Sound is a brand. Okay, now, driving a bullet will enhance your status. Everybody looks at you. That means you are creating brand value to the bike. Na? Is it right or not? So that is more price for that. That means ensuring the quality of sound to you. What clarity, students? That is what I am giving you examples is regarding to the intellectual property rights only. Okay, now, geographical indications. Kolhapuri chappal. You won't wear normal chappals. Kolhapuri chappal you will wear. What it ensures to you? Quality. When you wear Kolhapuri chappals, it makes chick sound. Everybody will look at you now. Everybody will start looking at you or not. That is a brand. That is what geographical indication protected under that. So these are all the branded products which are protected under intellectual property rights. Is it clear, students? So come back. That is what regarding to the relevance of intellectual property rights. And in the world, the importance of intellectual property rights was first recognized in Paris Convention. Remember all the examples what I have given you. It is not out of syllabus. It is within the syllabus only, students. Got it? Okay, make a note of this. The importance of IPR was first recognized in the importance of IPR was first recognized in the following conventions. Following conventions. One is Paris Convention. And next one is Bern Convention. One is Paris Convention, next one is Bern Convention. Paris Convention is for protection of Paris Convention and Bern Convention. Paris Convention is for the protection of industrial property rights. Protection of industrial property rights. Industrial property rights. Dealing with patent rights, trademarks. Dealing with patent rights, trademarks. Industrial design. Industrial design. And geographical indications. And geographical indications. Paris Convention is for protection of industrial rights, dealing with patent rights. Okay, now next one is trademark. Next one is industrial design. Next one is geographical indications. Okay, next one is Bern Convention. Bern Convention provides copyright systems. Bern Convention provides copyright systems. Bern Convention provides copyright systems. Okay, now next one is right under that. Both Paris Convention and Bern Convention. Both Paris Convention and Bern Convention are administered by the World Intellectual Property Rights Organization. World Intellectual Property Rights Organization. World Intellectual Property Rights Organization under WTO. Under WTO. Under WTO. So next one is in India. We have started implementing this intellectual property rights. We have started implementing this intellectual property rights after becoming signatory to following conventions and agreements. Following conventions and agreements. Conventions and agreements. That is Paris Convention. Paris Convention. Next one is Bern Convention. Okay, now Bern Convention. Next one is Madrid Protocol. Madrid Protocol. Next one is Patent Cooperation Treaty. Patents Cooperation Treaty. Patents Cooperation Treaty. So what this Paris Convention deals with means industrial right. If there is a space right there, Paris Convention is regarding to industrial rights. Paris Convention is regarding to industrial rights. Okay, now Bern Convention is regarding to copyrights. Madrid Protocol is regarding to trademark. Madrid Protocol is regarding to trademark. Patent Cooperation Treaty is regarding to the patent rights. Patent cooperation is regarding to patent rights. Okay, now next one is, so India is a member of all these what we call it as a treaties, conventions, organizations like that. So we have not signed this Hague Agreement, friends. What is this Hague Agreement? Means protection of designs. With a single application, we cannot provide protection for industrial designs in all the countries. So Hague Agreement talks about what means with a single agreement they want protection of industrial designs in all the countries. That is not permitted. So Hague Agreement talks about that. Right under that, India is not a signatory to Hague Agreement, which allows the protection of design. India is not a signatory to Hague Agreement, Hague Agreement, which allows the protection of design in multiple countries, through a single filing. Okay, now, so what are the intellectual property rights that are there in India? I told you that there are two types of intellectual property rights that are provided in India, students. What are those two types of property rights that are provided in India? Means one is industrial rights, industrial property rights. Next one is copyrights. Industrial property rights talks about patents, trademarks, industrial designs, geographical indications. Whereas copyrights talks about what means literary and artistic works. Got clarity on this? So only two types of intellectual property rights are there in India, students. What are those means? Industrial rights. Next one is copyrights. Make a note of, write the flowchart regarding this in India. Write the flowchart regarding this in India. There are two types of intellectual property rights. In India, there are two types of intellectual property rights. And write the flowchart for that. What are those two types? One is industrial property, and next one is copyrights. Industrial property rights. Next one is copyrights. So what this industrial property rights includes? Write the list under that. Industrial property rights means patent rights. Patent rights. Next one is trademark. Next one is trademark. Next one is industrial design. Industrial design. Next one is geographical indications. Industrial design. Next one is geographical indications. Next one is copyrights. Copyrights. Okay. No? First we will start with the copyrights only. So what actually the copyrights? For whom they will give these copyrights? Copyrights are provided under Copyright Act 1957. For whom they will give these copyrights? For what purpose they will give these copyrights? Copyrights are provided for literary work as well as artistic work. Literary work means what? Books, okay, no? Journals or novels or any paper publications, okay, no? Or any poems. For that they will provide the copyrights. And artistic work means painting. Next one is music. And next one is sculptures. Okay, no? So such drawings, so such kind of things they will give what we call it as copyrights. Okay, no? For new software products also they will give copyrights. New software developments they will give copyrights. Okay, no? So like this, there are two types of copyrights are there. One is literary, and next one is artistic rights. So copyrights provide moral as well as economic rights to the concerned people. So does any person can get the copyrights? Students means so no. So what copyrights mainly focuses on? What copyrights mainly focus on? What copyright focus on means originality of the particular product. So you have to create on your own. So then only copyrights will be provided, students. You can protect anything under copyrights. That we call it as copyrights focuses mainly on originality of the particular product. That is what we ensure through copyrights. But what is the tenure of these copyrights? So lifespan of a person are 60 years after the death of the person. That is what the copyrights tenure is. And most of the people will opt for copyrights. Why? Because of long tenure. Okay. Can we provide copyrights for what we call it as surnames? Can we provide copyrights for a phrase? Can we provide copyrights for what we call it as short sentences? Okay. Can we provide copyrights for short sentences? Phrases? No. For surnames? No. For a word? No. For a titles? No. So what it focus on? Originality of the particular product. So that is what the copyright means, students. Okay. So make a note of this. Like copyrights are also known as literary right or author's right. Literary rights or author's right. Literary means it includes books, novels, paper presentations, lyrics, etc. Artistic works includes paintings, musical compositions, sculpture, computer programs, drawings and films. Okay, students, that is the thing between this artistic as well as literary. Next one is, so under which act we are protecting these copyrights in India? Okay, write that. All these copyrights in India are governed by. Copyright Act 1957. Copyright Act 1957. This act ensures economic as well as moral right. Okay, no, next one is, this act ensures economic as well as moral right to a person. Moral right to a person. Next one is, copyrights focus on originality of the work. Copyright focus on originality of a work. That means to get a protection of copyright, so a work must be original in nature. Okay, no? Next one is, tenure of copyright is 60 years after the death of the author. 60 years after the death of the author. Next one is, copyright does not protect. Copyright doesn't protect titles or names. Next one is short word combinations. Next one is slogans, short phrases, factual informations and methodology, ideas and concepts. Ideas as well as concepts. So it focuses on purely what? Originality of a particular product. Okay. So that is what all about these copyrights. Just wait, don't pack up. So there is a short video. We will see that. After that, you can pack up. Okay. So just a minute. I will take that out after. First, see this video. This is regarding to the ChatGPT.
In 1964, researchers at MIT University were working on a computer program so ahead of its time that it would allow seamless communication between humans and machines. In the next 2 years, they built Eliza, an app that would set the foundation for all the future chatbots. What made Eliza so impressive was the introduction of keyboard-enabled responses. For the first time, users felt they were talking to someone who understood their input.
Pretend that you have some psychiatric problem. Type it in and see what happens.
I'm depressed.
Just listen.
In 1995, another language processing bot, Alice, came out and was followed by Smarter Child in 2001, setting the stage for all the current generation chatbots. However, a decade later, the introduction of AI chatbots like Amazon Alexa, Google Now, and Siri took the world by storm.
We got the go-ahead. Can you read a 10?
Alexa, 500 रुपए से कम की दिखा
Between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Sure.
All right, I'll call the book under your name and phone number, and I'll update
But in November 2022, an artificial intelligence firm called OpenAI introduced ChatGPT, an advanced AI-powered chatbot that has taken the world by storm. Let's understand what ChatGPT is. To better understand this chatbot, I went to its website and tried asking a few questions. But now you might think this is not new, and existing chatbots like Alexa, Siri,
What is
Google
ChatGPT means?
Assistant
These are all the
do this.
programs related
So
to
why is
artificial
ChatGPT so special? While Siri and
Yes,
Alexa
sir.
can interact with the physical world and complete actions on apps and devices, ChatGPT can't do any of that. Instead, it is designed to provide more detailed and comprehensive answers. For example, writing an essay.
It is only related to the education sector. It doesn't perform multiple tasks like
This is
Alexa,
something that
Google
other
Assistant.
chatbots cannot do. ChatGPT, as it said, is based on generative pre-trained transformer architecture. That
Then
is trained
GPT
on
means
massive amount of
generative
text data from
pre-trained
data.
transformer.
It's a type of neural network that was introduced
So this is
into
what neural
physics
network
in a
is.
paper titled Attention is All You Need. A neural network is a large network of computers that can fine-tune its output based on the feedback given to it during stages of training. This allows the model to better understand the context and meaning of the input and to generate conversational responses. It can be used to write articles, stories, and even poetry. The capacity of ChatGPT to produce responses like conversation is one of its key advantages. It uses 570 GB of text data mined from the internet to answer a wide range of queries. Fundamentally, ChatGPT is a language model that can produce text that sound like human speech in a conversation setting. This implies that it can be used to develop chatbots that converse with students naturally and humanly in the academic world. But teachers and academicians are not thrilled about it, especially when it comes to written assignments. They feel that the bot could be used to turn in plagiarized essays that would be hard to detect for invigilators who are pressed for time. Most recently, New York City's education department banned ChatGPT in its public schools. The authorities have forbidden bots use in all devices and networks connected to schools. Like any natural language processing model, ChatGPT has limitations related to caliber and volume of the training data. A representative and a diverse dataset was not used to train the model. In that instance, it might not produce reliable answers to all the queries.
So what is the problem with this ChatGPT is we can get access to the information, but the quality of what is the quality of information that we are getting? Is there any measurements regarding the quality? There is no measure. It simply uses the data that is present in the internet and it will present the data in a polished format. So when it comes to the quality of data, are we accessing to the highest quality of data? Means no, there is no guarantee in it. Okay, so it is related to the only single task that is related to the education sector, not like a multiple tasks. Got clarity, students? That is what we get. So we will conclude here. Any doubts? You can come for. Chatbot is different. GPT is different. Chat. If you open this any website, it will ask you that hi, where are you, or what you need. That kind of messaging we call chatbot.